when we are warming up to get the warm up. So
this is where the question was from. She said, if I do things of a certain type like Duncan does, it hurts.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I saw you, and I saw, and so here's, yeah. So this one is forward, back, back, shorter time in the pose. Mudra will be easier to digest, and you slowly have time for the body to respond, to open to it. And then after you do that, every single time there's another simple principle, which is bend the elbow, squeeze up the inner arm. Dr. Elena's talking a lot about inner tricep to create the extension, which will drop the shoulder blade towards the rib and extend the shoulder joint and switch on the connection to the body.
It doesn't happen if your body is too stiff in that position.
You
can hear it and you can force yourself into it, but if your body is too tight and too protective, you will not get this. You can get it 45% max. So you need to kind of release.
Yeah.
And move it slowly with the breath. Not, one thing is Master Wong doing it for 45 years of his life, and one thing is someone that, comes straight on from nothing, and kind of seeing all this robotic mechanical movement. He does that robotically, but he feels them. He doesn't do that robotically. So one thing is watching and copying it. I don't want to interrupt him because it's fantastic work what he's doing right now. But what makes yoga and what we're trying to achieve here different from a lifting or stretching aerobic workout. You go into a stretching aerobic workout and go, now let's stretch the wrist. After you've done a great wine and you're thinking, and you've done a bit of push up and so on. Now guys, let's stretch the wrist. Or let's stretch the wrist. Let's stretch the wrist with our entire body. That is the difference. That is with awareness and connection. This is what you don't get out of just an exercise routine, okay? Sorry.
That's okay. Now let's just get cut to the chase. Samantha, for example, just jumped in, doesn't know what this is, doesn't feel it hurts. Here's the details. After we invert the palm from like, whoa, a little wake up to the system, then you must, this is the sequential order of the structure of integration. What makes it feel good. So then we turn it around, and here's the details. It's okay, whatever you want to do, it's fine, but in my recent experience, I've kind of shifted how I'm teaching. Before I used to teach just bring the shoulders over the wrist, but it's too strong and it hurts. So you bend your elbows to escape the pain. You can't, and then you're inundated, you're flooded with pain, a little bit of pain, so you're distracted or put off or don't feel safe with it or don't embrace it, whatever, don't like it, don't want to do it. So then I finally learned from watching people recently that I don't even do that anymore. I just go straight back and get away from make it softer. So first thing I do is a clean down dog about 60 degrees on the wrist. So I just go diagonal back and sitting back. I don't even get up in the wrist yet. Then from here, then we hug in. So the elbows will bend in, and we'll get to activate the inner tricep or whatever, inner. And then to get the hug. And then as Dr. Elena is saying, when you get the hug, the arm bone will soften back into the socket of the whatever, coming across like the fossa, whatever, arm, femur, head thingy. So once you hug in, you'll notice your arm and the shoulder blade will drop down, because when you hug in, the shoulder joint will rotate out. It does. And then the shoulder blade will drop down. Then I'm still back on a diagonal, so I haven't gotten too strong on the wrist yet. That's what's going to make you like this. Then you'll just start to push the earth around your back and let the shoulder joint extend which will make the shoulder blade wrap further around almost the side of the rib cage, like a perfect puzzle. Can you feel that? Feel the shoulder blade kind of wrap around a little bit. The shoulder blade went down to the ribs. When you push and flex, the shoulder blade will kind of wrap a little bit around the side. Can you feel that? Around the rib. Yeah, that comes around a little bit like a scoop. Then that extension of shoulder blade, as we discussed, will then lock your shoulder blades down, which is good because they're wrapped around the ribs where you want them to create power between the arm and the cross core of the body. So that is the way I'm doing it. And I'm saying, hey, don't even, go forward, just go back. Or like even just, standing down is almost less intense than kneeling forward. I would say it is less intense to stand back
It's less intense.
than it is to kneel forward. Less
It's less
strain.
intense if they're using the legs and the pelvis back and having length in the spine, but a beginner who does a dog, the gravity point of the beginner who does a dog is 70% forward. Because
Okay.
they don't